IronTrap Garage doing an episode on the free T. So we got the other side pretty stable, got the door latching. I'm psyched. Now we need to address the driver's side here. Unlike most T's, this is going to have a functioning driver's door. Why? I don't know, just because it'll be fun. So what we need to do is create a door jamb area here that will attach to the box tubing that we heat and bend, and it will also give us some structure for the body here. Right now I just have the extra material that we rough cut, overlapping the door, and it's clamped together. So what we're going to do is I measured the other side. Got a piece cut here that's about 3 inches wide. The flange on the inside of the box tubing that goes inside the door jamb is about 1.5 inches long, and I left about 1.5 inches on this side that we can butt weld then to the body. So we're going to get this piece bent up, get it fit in place, get this jump cut out, and hopefully we'll have some sort of door jamb here in not too awfully long. So let's get started. So we got the box tubing, the door jamb piece that I bent up, and the original body all clecoed together just so we have it kind of sandwiched and can see where we're at. So what you're going to notice, the first thing we got to address is I'm kind of pushing the door in place here, but you can see right in here, the door has a bit of a bow to it, and the body doesn't have that. It's got a little bit right in here, but back in here the body gets really flat. I don't know if that's from damage over the years or if that's just how these were in the back here. So what we need to do is kind of blend these shapes together. So this piece that we're making, I need to put some shape into it. So I need to put our door jamb section in the shrinker and shrink it so that it picks up some of this curve here, and it will match the shape of the door a lot closer so that it'll kind of look like it was supposed to be like that. So we're going to pull this all off. I'm going to make some marks, reference marks, and then we'll start shrinking slowly to give us our shape, and then we'll kind of go from there. Alright, so we got this piece sanded. I cut it down just a little bit more and got it set in place. So what I did this time is I clecoed it on the outside of the panel instead of sandwiching it like we were doing earlier. That's so that we can run our scribe. I have a sharp scribe here that we can run right along this edge and give us a nice sharp mark that we can cut on so that when we go to butt weld it, we have a really nice accurate cut. So that's why we have that on the outside now. We have this clecoed into the box tubing, so that will locate the box tubing for us, which will keep everything kind of located where it needs to be. And I'm also going to cut off this bottom section here. I made it long just so that I had plenty of material to work with. We're going to be making a door sill, or a whatever you want to call it, that goes around here in the body that's going to fold in, just like we did here. So I don't want to weld all this unnecessary metal because we're going to be making a piece that's going to be coming around here. We're probably going to join the two of them up here. So I'm going to cut off this whole section, and on the other side it was already rotted, luckily, so I didn't even have to mess with it. But on here we're going to cut this a little short, leave all this junk here, we're not going to mess with it. And then when we make our piece, it can come up into this, and also the door kind of dives back, so when we start building that piece we can build it to suit as well once we get to that point. But I'm going to trim all that off, get this sanded, ready to go, then we can tack it with the TIG and at least get it kind of sitting in place where it needs to be, and we'll see where we're at from there. Piece all tacked in place, so pretty happy with it. We can finish welding here in a little while, but for now it's looking pretty good. I still got the two clecos in here that is holding the box tubing that's for the A-pillar, if you will, here. And I think we're going to start working on building this piece around the bottom of the door while we have some momentum here. So I bent up another piece here, same thing with about 1.5 inches on the inside jamb flange area, and then on the outside it's about 1 inch flange. So this will fit up in here. It's a tight fit because I got it all clamped around it. That's going to fit in there. Now what we need to do is we actually need, last time we were shrinking to bring this to come in, we need this to roll around, so we're going to actually work on the opposite edge and do a bunch of stretching right in here to get it to come around this corner. And then I'm also going to need to do a little bit of shrinking on the inside edge here to make it pull in and roll in like the door does in the bottom here. So a lot of work with the Eastwood heavy duty shrinker stretcher here. I'm glad I have the foot pedestal because it makes it a lot easier to just quickly adjust everything. So we'll take this over to the stretcher, start working it, bringing it around, and then we'll see where we're at. Got the first section bent here. It's fitting half decent, and this is nice and tight in here, which is really good. What we're running into here is the door actually has kind of a bow to it where it tucks in on the corners, and that's when I pull this so that it's flush with the door, it opens up this gap over here. So we need to put a little bit of shape into it this way, which I'm going to do, I think, after we have this bend here made, so that it kind of fits, and then we can just bow the center out as needed from there. So we're going to get this piece here bent, and then we'll see how it fits from there and trim as needed. So today was one of those days where stuff was rolling pretty well, and we got more done than I originally planned, which is a first. So I planned on today just mainly getting this vertical section made in the door jamb area, just so that we didn't have metal flopping around and overlapping the door. Got that done pretty quickly, and decided to tackle this bottom section that will connect to the door sill area we made earlier, and got that all together. And the hardest part of this whole project in the bottom section was trying to just imagine what the door is supposed to be shaped like. The whole bottom of this door is just a fiberglass mess, and it is just a mess. And so I couldn't follow the shape of this door exactly for this bottom section. I just needed to kind of get the idea of the overall shape and build something that would represent basically what it was. We're not doing a 100-point restoration, so as long as the sides match and they flow and look good when we're done, I'm happy. So I got this all built and flowing and like I think it should be, and now we have this door fitted in here like the other side. This is a big deal. So now I have to work on the other side. Now that I did this section here, I think I really need to do the other side to match. It just looks a lot nicer when you get it to be more flush with the door and shaped how the door is. So I'm going to make that. I'm going to make the bottom piece for the other side so that they're both matching. But the body is pretty much all connected together, which is really great. Once we make some braces up higher in the firewall area and we make some sort of firewall, the front of this thing will get really solid really quick. So that's all I got for this time. I appreciate you guys watching as always. We try and put a video out every week. Tuesdays are the free tea, and Fridays are Sweetheart Roadster. So if you guys like what you're watching, you dig building old hot rods and cobbling stuff together like this, make sure you share with your friends, give it a like, give me a comment. Thanks guys. Catch you later.